talking about this topic, there's really no way to not. Bryson looks ridiculous when he plays golf for a lot of reasons. Number one, he gained 100 pounds in a day and a half. That's number two is that his arms are straight down and he looks uncomfortable. It doesn't look like he's comfortable over the ball. He looks like he's constipated. He's got a lot going on, right? Is that how everyone needs to look with this iron? Or can you have your own setup and your own comfortability and stand there in your own posture? Mike, you might be able to answer this question too. How does that work? And do I have to look as ridiculous as he looks if I use your clubs? Because
you're absolutely right. I mean, he looks like a tree trunk that can move. It's really what it is. Yeah, it does. It looks very painful and everything. Yeah. And and obviously, when you have a professional golfer, like Bryson, people try to copy, his swing and stuff like that. He's very successful with so they try to. The fact is too, like his clubs, they're so upright. They're about 72.5 degrees upright, and only a small percentage of golfers would be able to hit solid center contact with any sort of consistency, with that kind of angle. But it doesn't have to be like that. Like you said, you go out there, you see some guys that you're like, gosh, there's no way this guy should be even swinging a golf club. It looks like he's hurting himself, and he goes out and birdies almost every hole.
Yeah.
So the swing is really, we always say, kind of let the club, guide you in position. The clubs are going to fit them perfectly for sure. Based on the wrist to floor measurement, but obviously the squarer the club face, in general, the better. So some guys will have that, toe down, toe up, just kind of really, and then they'll do like a real goofy kind of, but as long as they get to solid contact, that's all that matters. That's really what we're concerned with. So having that swing plane is, that's what's imperative to having it, but it's easily repeatable too. So if they do get to solid contact and they feel that, obviously the body's muscle memory is much more easily going to remember and duplicate a single motion instead of several. Or, we see a lot of golfers too, they have a favorite club, right? Like almost all golfers, like, oh yes, some guys it's a 3-iron, believe it or not. Some of these, NBA players and things are like, I just feel comfortable with this club. Other guys, it's a pitching wedge, and typically that club kind of comes closest to fitting them out of a golf set. And so they're like, yeah, I would love to have all these the same. That'd be fantastic. And but we don't, base our fitting off a golfer's favorite club. But a lot of times that does match up. So a lot of other things happen when they do have a favorite club. They're naturally going to swing that club faster, right? So we talked about distance gapping a little bit earlier. If a golfer has a favorite iron in their bag, they're going to swing that club faster than the club above and below it because they know they can hit it on the screws. Well, that certainly screws up distance gapping for the other two clubs. So, where they just assume it's 10 yards, but it really isn't. And, that's the difference between a double bogey golfer and a bogey golfer, certainly, is knowing what your distance gaps actually are. And with our clubs, everything being identical about them, just that loft angle progression, it really, automatically in their mind, they just assume, well, when the 8 irons, 10 yards, 7 irons, 10 yards. So they apply that to our clubs and it actually does fit that. So.
Yeah. That's really, really good.